Howdy, Practical Patriots and Practical Preppers. Yachate, Ros, Alice, Texas. Hey, folks, Giant Practical Nurse here. Today, I want to talk to y'all about something, and this is a question that I have been asked many, many times, and I can tell you how I do things, folks, but, and I'm going to base this on actual opinions of my own plus facts, and then I'm going to open it all up for discussion, okay? I would love to figure out how to do a live chat with y'all. One of these days I'll get one of these little high school kids to show me how to do that. Find out what day would be a good day for doing that, okay? But this subject I get hit with every time I go to do anything at all, go to the gun shop, go to a little preppers meet and greet type thing. This is a question I get hit up with. What antibiotics do I stock up for? What antibiotics do you, talking to me, do you recommend that I stock up for? And that is a very good question, y'all. That is also it comes with a very complex answer. And I'm just going to, in the name of keeping things short and condensed, just transparency laid on the line and honesty, okay? For starters, I will just sit there. Let's just go ahead and knock this right out of the park right now. What I do, I don't stock up on any of them. Believe it or not, I don't stock up on a one of them. Why is that? Okay, well, here we get with the complex things. For starters, folks, let me tell you this. Antibiotics are only good, depending on which one it is, to leave on a shelf, depending what you consider room temperature, okay? Right now, it's a beautiful Central Texas, December the 12th day, 2017. It's about 62 degrees out here. Okay, so what do you call room temperature or normal temperature? Those antibiotics can only stay for a certain amount of time, and it varies amongst what it is itself. Whew, here we go, folks. Hang on tight, okay? Understand that when you go to the pharmacy, you get a prescription from your doctor, you go to the pharmacist, they're going to give you the oldest stuff first, okay? That's called rotating your stock. That's to assure freshness. Now, that said, some antibiotics will only last 6 months on a shelf. Some will last a year. Some will last 10 years. The problem is I would have to go down a huge list to tell you which ones those are. The other thing is, folks, I need you to understand something, that in Texas, now I'm referring to Texas and your state laws are going to vary here, only a nurse practitioner who's working under the, in cooperation with doctors, and doctors can write prescriptions. It is beyond the scope of a registered nurse who does not have those credentials to give that advice or information, okay? Therefore, I'm looking at some nurses on YouTube, okay? You're probably, unless you're a nurse practitioner, you're working beyond the scope of your practice, okay? I'm just going to say that right there. That said, folks, I want you to focus on other things, and let me do a quick health survey on you, okay? How many of you, needed antibiotics? Did not need antibiotics in the last year? How many of us have not needed antibiotics in the last 5 years? How about the last 10 years? Okay, why is that? Good genes, okay? All right, keeping yourself healthy, and that's where I want you to focus, folks. I want you to work on preventive health maintenance. Hear me talk about maintenance when I'm out using my firearms, okay? And trust me, it's paid off a few times. Okay, so I want you to focus on preventive health maintenance. All right, let's start with the cheapest thing to do and work our way up, because I'd rather you save that money that you were going to spend on these antibiotics. And Lord knows, I don't want to know how you're getting them without a prescription. You're getting them overseas, Johnny. Well, quality control may be cruddy, okay? You may not be getting what you're ordering. Just FYI, okay? I will give you that information. Start with a good old-fashioned, whatever addiction that you may have, work on getting rid of it. Sorry, y'all. I know a lot of my friends that come out to the range with me. Get rid of it, okay? Get rid of it. And you probably know why I'm headed this direction, okay? Because if something really bad does happen, how are you going to supply that addiction? Okay? And trust me, folks, I have seen people go crazy over one cigarette. I am not kidding. Lock somebody up in a hospital or something like that and say, you know, you're cut off, you can't have any cigarettes. Watch what happens. It's interesting, okay? I'm not trying to sound cruel, but it is interesting, okay? So addictions, get rid of them. Okay, let's start focusing on living a clean, healthy lifestyle. And I mean any of them. Adiosum, okay? Work on that. Trust me, if I got to give up chocolate, well, hi, sweetie. Jillian. Okay, Jillian the peacock. She just flew up all the way up here. But work on getting rid of those, okay? Next, I want you to focus on a couple of other items, okay? Just keeping clean, period. All right, what do you have for sanitation, all right? Do you have, and I'm just going to throw this out there, 6 toothbrushes, 6 packs of floss, enough toothpaste to last you about 6 months, okay? All right, really, you only, people, I want you to just focus on 1 month, but still the 6 toothbrushes, the 6 packs of floss, I want you to focus on that, okay? Next, after that, folks, I want you to ask yourself a question. How many of us have chronic ailments? Even I do. I keep enough medication for the one that I have, all right? Not bad for almost 54, I may add, to last me 30 days, okay? If you have an agreement with your pharmacist that you can get a prescription from your doctor, something like that, that will last you 90 days, hallelujah. I suggest you do so. By the way, folks, insulin can stay on the shelf at good room temperature, okay, for 28 days, for the person that asked me that question. There you go. Have enough medication for those of us who have chronic ailments for at least 30 days, okay? Soap. Now, do I mean, you know, that really nice smelling, like I use Axe, okay? I like that Axe. I've got a funny story behind that Axe stuff. Talking about soap, it's amazing how your senses are when you're near death. I'm not saying I know which dashing, handsome male nurse that did this, but I will say I do know this happened for a fact. Was pulling a little old grandma out of a car. She was ghastly pale. She was looking up to heaven. And as he picked her up and curled her up into his arms, she said, gee, you sure smell good. So, true story. Okay, as for who it happened to, I'm not going to tell you that, okay? But before you go because that dashing, handsome male nurse let her fold up in his arms, and she closed her eyes. Before you grab tissue, she's just fine, by the way. Okay, but that's funny how your senses work that way. So, soap, folks, soap. Okay, get good, healthy soap. Look at the bottle, the back of the bottle, whatever it is you're using, and look at all the chemicals, folks, okay? Now, there's some that I recommend, that I use. This is from somebody called www.thesassynanny.net. This is all natural ingredients, goat's milk, all kinds of stuff. She has a couple of them that I really like. One that I recommend for just basic antibacteria is tea tree, made from tea tree oil, okay? But look her up. I'll try to remember to put her her internet link in the item description, okay? But start with just plain old soap. Soap and hot water, folks, goes a long way. This is why I don't even have any alcohol, other than alcohol pads in case I got to give somebody an injection for something, you know. A couple of my relatives are diabetic, and I have to take care of them sometimes when things go bad, go wrong. That's it. I don't really don't be pouring alcohol on wounds, people. No, okay? Hot soap and water goes a long way when taking care of cuts, scrapes, bruises, you know, abrasions, whatever, okay? So that kind of, you know, there goes your antibiotic thing anyway. Another thing to consider, folks, is that every time you catch a cold, a cough, or whatever, that may not be a bacteria. It may be a virus, and antibiotics don't work on viruses, okay? Just FYI. Now let's move off to the next kind of costlier thing that I want y'all to do. Go see your dentist, okay? Get a checkup. Make sure that if you've got cavities, if everything's good, hallelujah, get a good cleaning and see you in another 6 months, you know. But if you've got cavities to take care of or something like that, please get that done, because I can't describe to you how debilitating an abscess is, okay, to a person that's just in gross pain. Their face is all swollen up. They got an infection going on, and just get these things taken care of, okay? And by the way, look around on the net. You can find sometimes free dental care at dental universities and a few other places, okay? So there's no excuse for that. You can get that taken care of. Now, are they going to give you braces? No. But they're going to take care of the other stuff, all right? Just FYI, it can be done. The next thing I want you to do, folks, is go to a place, if you have chronic ailments in your family, okay, I want you to go to a place called Any Lab Test Now. They're kind of cropped up all over the place. These are like little laboratories, you know, where they can draw your blood and they can test for things. If you're pretty much healthy people but have family history of diabetes, hypothyroidism, a few other things, folks, I want you to get your blood drawn. I want you to grab a pen and paper real quick, okay, if you haven't done so already. Want you to get the following blood drawn: a basic metabolic panel. Not the cock-a-doodle-doo, the basic metabolic panel, okay? I also want you to get what's called a TSH. That's thyroid stimulating hormone. You would be amazed at how many people are walking around out there that have problems with their thyroid and don't know it, and that can be caused for a lot of reasons. Trust me, it can. It can happen to anybody. The other thing I want you to do is get a complete blood count, also known as a CBC. If you have any family histories, i.e. heart disease or hypertension, I want you to get that kind of checked out. Those are the basic ones that I recommend to start off with, folks. You do not need a doctor's prescription for those. You just walk into this place, tell them you want this done. If you have like an HSA, health savings account through your company or whatever the case may be, that's fine, or you can pay cash. If you go to their site, if you look very carefully or just call them, I will try to include the number on that. You can download a coupon also. Okay, so I want you to do that, okay? But those are the things I recommend you do besides just going and getting a good old-fashioned physical. Fellas, if we're over the age of 40 or 50, put on the gown, okay? So antibiotics, do I stock up on them? No, I don't. I just try to live a very healthy life. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I chug a True Moo every now and then, but that's how I live my life, okay? I work outside in all kinds of weather conditions. It's rare that you hear me cough or sneeze. Do I have a chronic ailment? Yes, I do, but it's very manageable. I don't tell people I suffer from hypothyroidism. I tell people I deal with it, okay? Just a good outlook to have, okay, folks? So no to stocking up on antibiotics. I won't advise it, and I don't do it. So, and if I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't tell y'all to do it, okay? Questions, comments, people, please leave them below. I know this is a big, complex thing, and I'm trying to make this as short as possible. But it is what it is. And until I see y'all again, I'm John, the Practical Nurse. Season's greetings, season's blessings. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Until I see y'all again out here.